Reid, why are you excited to be teaching in San Jose next weekend?
Wait, what? We're teaching together in San Jose next weekend? It's almost here. How
It's
many sleeps left? Five
I
sleeps?
think
Seven
seven.
sleeps?
Seven sleeps.
Seven sleeps left?
Yes.
Um, yeah. Why am
So
I excited?
yeah.
Well, I mean, a lot of different reasons. You've been working really hard building a community of people that are really interested in and passionate about getting better at communication and having less shame and fear, or better tools
Yeah.
for shame and fear and awkwardness around sexuality, around intimacy, hence the Intimacy Dojo.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
you have a
It's a
lot of
place
people
to
that are
play and practice. So that's what a
yeah,
dojo
like they're
is.
working on exercising those muscles to be able to play and to frolic, and create connection and deepen those connections, and that's really nutritious for me. It has a lot to do with the work that I've been doing, so that's a good fit, and it's also really exciting to be able to support people in going deeper with those things, and also being able to, like, sex and intimacy is always special, but it's also really useful as adults to be able to treat sexuality and connection as also being a part of life. Like, it's a life skill.
Oh, it
It's a
helps.
skill
The
set.
things I've learned as I've gone through this journey from you and from other people, it helped me so much at work, with friends, family, and then also with lovers and playmates. So it's made a
Mhm.
huge difference for me.
Yeah. And so the more competent that you are, the more literate around your own wants, needs, and desires, and your ability to take those baby steps or those huge leaps for yourself, to be able to ask for what you want, to be able to connect with people in those ways. Like, that's a skill set that doesn't leave you
Right.
and only helps you feel more confident. Even though, you and I both struggle with insecurities, like, you get to bring you get to bring your confidence along. Like, you let your confidence drive the car, and your insecurity can kind of sit in the passenger seat, or on a good day it's in the back seat.
Yeah.
Or maybe you tied it up and threw it in the trunk. I don't know, right?
You hear it
uh,
beating on the trunk a little bit every once in a while.
yeah, and the skill sets too that you're helping people in Silicon Valley learn, or the people who are coming down from San Francisco or Oakland, or up from Santa Cruz and whatnot. Like, those people get to take those skill sets and tools and bring them back to their communities, their companies, their loved ones. And that's also, like, that kind of ripple effect is exciting for me, because San Jose and the companies that are in San Jose have so much reach into culture and via technology. So I don't know that, you know uh, the head of CEO of some company is going to come and then all of a sudden be running cuddle parties in the office. But I think what you're teaching is contagious in all the best ways.
Oh, thank you. I'm really excited because I've learned so much from you over the years, and I've been so touched by what you teach and how you teach it. I think it's very. I'm a PhD engineer. Silicon Valley is surrounded with a lot of really geeky engineers, and I think that the way you explain things resonates. It's very pragmatic and how to, but you also weave in some of the the things that people can't necessarily read from a book, and you model
Mhm.
it so well that it's just very entertaining and very fun.
Yeah. Yeah, and another reason I'm excited is, I'll get to talk about, one of my agreements in my teaching is to always mention my accountability process and why I stepped down from teaching for a year, and around, for people who don't necessarily have uh, effective ways to respond to being called out, or when a community or individuals are asking somebody to kind of, step up and be accountable and responsible for harms they may have caused. Uh, my accountability process was really powerful for me. And it was a restorative justice based accountability process. And so I'm always curious about introducing those ideas to communities that might not have restorative justice-based or transformational justice-based processes, whether they're the one being called out or whether people want to call somebody out and invite them to step forward. Those processes are really powerful. So I'm also kind of, like interested in letting people know about those things who might never have heard those ideas before.
I'm so glad you're talking about it. Overall, I know it's part of your process to share about that, and I really admire it. I appreciate the people that step forward, and I really appreciate how you've handled it very transparently. And I think that's a beautiful role modeling, because all of us can cause harm. We can all do things that we wish we hadn't or didn't understand what we were doing, or however it is. And the role modeling of just being present and showing up for it and hearing what the person is saying is really a beautiful way for me. I appreciate it.
No. Well, thanks. And I'll, I asked people to share the link to the process because we had a public blog.
This, yep.
Yeah. So tinyurl.com/Reid accountability. If people are just listening and don't have access to the link itself. And I don't know what else more to say than please inform yourself on these processes, because they can be really helpful for communities, and they were certainly helpful for me. Yeah. And wouldn't it be nice if, Silicon Valley and San Jose and tech started looking at ways to respond appropriately to when people ask you to be accountable? I think that would be really cool. And this is not the only way, but it was a way that worked really well for me and some of the people involved. Not everybody, but some of the people.
Well, I think that some of the best scientific discoveries have come when we've kind of stepped outside of what we know, like biology and chemistry together, physics and geology, or people when they combine things or look outside what they know. And your accountability and also your classes, you're inviting people to look at different perspectives, and you're giving techniques that a lot of us, I was 44 when I first met you, and I didn't know about clitoral legs. I didn't know about my own body and all this pleasure I could have. And some of the techniques that are used in accountability processes are very, very useful for just dealing with conflict resolution and things at work where we're getting engineers together. And you're not teaching about accountability. You want people to be aware that you had a process.
Yeah. And I didn't invent, restorative justice, nor did I invent clitoral legs.
And I don't think you
those things have been around.
Blowjobs either, but you're going to have a blowjob grad school on Thursday. Can you tell us one of the things you like about that class?
Nice segue, Kathy. Look at that. Yeah, so blowjob grad school for me, because there are so many educators that teach blowjob workshops, I just wanted to teach a workshop that included things that I'd never seen anyone include in their workshops, or the things that were very special and near and dear to me as a nerd and as a geek around how do you manually shut off your gag reflex, in case you're curious about deep throating and things like that. So blowjob grad school is, could be taken as a 101 class, but it's really meant to be all the things that you add to all the other classes that you should take, because you shouldn't just take one blowjob workshop, because everyone's going to teach and focus on things. And so what one person teaches, another person isn't going to teach because that's not their jam. So I want to also encourage that people go and take classes from more than just one instructor. And it's even, what's great is, for you, you bring all kinds of teachers.
I love collaborating,
through San Jose. So, also folks, if you can get to Kathy in San Jose, go, because Kathy's running all kinds of events. We're going to have a whole bunch of different things. You and I are going to be co-teaching energetic sex for pragmatists, and we've got blowjob grad school. Yeah, we've got dating for the shy and awkward. So, check out theintimacydojo.com/events. And, definitely come for the weekend that Kathy and I are teaching, but come to any of Kathy's weekends because they're always great.
Well, I really appreciate it. Just one little tip that Reid taught me about blowjobs transformed my experience. I used to not really enjoy giving them very often.
Mm-hmm.
And you taught me to map my mouth on my vulva on my lips, and my vagina on my mouth, and it just so he teaches a lot of other techniques and tips and kind of goes into how to do it and gives demos. So that's just one of the classes that are coming up, and I invite you to check it out and get your tickets while they're still available because they're selling fast. Reid,
Cool.
thanks so
All
much
right.
for. I can't
You're
wait to
welcome,
see you next
Kathy.
week.
I know, and I can't wait to meet everybody.
Yeah, great crowd.
Hope to
It'll be
see you
really
there.
fun.